This video will show you how to install a fully automatic box onto a manual Priefert roping chute. You'll need two 15/16 tools, like a wrench and a socket ratchet, two 9/16 tools, two 3/4 inch tools, pliers, and a Phillips head screwdriver. Begin by opening the front gate of your RC98M manual roping chute. Remove the trip release handle using your 9/16 tools. Next, remove the front gate return handles from the chute using the 15/16 tools. There is one bolt under each handle that you will need to remove. Using the bolts you just removed from the return handles and your 15/16 tools, attach the replacement plates that shipped with your automatic box. You will attach one replacement plate on each side, taking the place of the return handles. Now, use your Phillips screwdriver to remove the 4 screws that hold the top of the automatic box in place. Lift the top off the box and set it aside for now. Place the automatic box on top of the chute, fitting the square hole in the bottom of the box over the 2 tabs that held the trip release handle. Use the 2 small flat bar brackets and the 4 longer bolts and nuts that shipped with your automatic box to attach the box to the top of the chute. To do this, align the 4 holes in the bottom of your box with the holes in the flat bar brackets, sandwiching the square tube in between the bottom of the box and the 2 brackets. Place the nuts onto the bolts, but don't fully tighten them. Now, using the short bolt and nut that shipped with your box, attach the release lever that's mounted inside the box to the tabs sticking up through the bottom of the box, where the old release lever was attached. Tighten this bolt and nut with your 9/16 tools. Be careful not to over-tighten here, as this is a pivot point. Position the box where the release lever works freely. You should see a mostly vertical alignment of the lever inside the box. You may also want to close the front gate to ensure that the over-center locking device has room to swing freely, securing the front gate in the closed position without hitting the front of the automatic box. To achieve this alignment, you may need to move the box slightly forward or backward along the square tube to ensure the proper release action. With the box in the properly aligned position, take your 9/16 tools and firmly tighten the 4 bolts through the flat bar brackets that secure the box into place. With the front gate of the chute closed, remove the nut from the front of the plunger on the headgate cylinder. Now, pull the plunger out of the cylinder enough to insert the tip through the bracket on the top of the slide. Replace the nut and use your 3/4 inch tools to tighten the nut, securing the cylinder in place. Move to the opposite end of the cylinder and attach the back of the headgate air cylinder to the brackets on the front of the chute, using your 9/16 tools and the included bolt and nut to attach this. You can now move to the rear of the chute to attach the back cylinder. Begin by attaching the back of the cylinder between the brackets on the side of the chute. Be sure that your cylinder and the hose are situated below the top square tube of the roping chute frame. Using the bolt and nut provided and your 9/16 tools, Tighten the nut to hold the cylinder end in place. Next, attach the clevis on the opposite end of the cylinder to the bracket on the tailgate linkage. To do this, take your pliers and bend one side of the cotter key so that you can remove it. Then, remove the connection pin from the clevis. Fit the clevis around the bracket on the tailgate linkage. You may need to open the tailgate to get the proper alignment of the clevis and the bracket. Once properly aligned, replace the connection pin and the cotter key, bending one end of the cotter key to secure it in place. Use your 1/2-inch wrench to tighten the set bolt on the over-center locking device so that the trip lock is level or almost level. Be careful not to over-tighten. This determines how sensitive the trip lock is. Take the rubber-coated antenna that shipped with your box remote and screw it to the back of the control box, next to the green power light. You're finally ready to replace the box cover on the automatic box. Set the cover in place and then use your Phillips screwdriver to replace the 4 screws that you removed at the beginning of this process. You can now plug in your electrical and your air supply, making sure that your air pressure is 90 to 100 psi. And now you're ready to operate your automatic chute. If you have any questions about your product, please give us a call at 1-800-527-8616 or visit us on the web at priefert.com. Priefert, America's #1 name in farm, ranch, and rodeo equipment.